Hello, welcome back. This is a continuation of our last lecture, the web storage. Last time we have seen the local storage and the session storage. Local storage and session storage, both of them, they allow us to save users' data in terms of key value, so the name of the field and its content. We're gonna save them on the user's machine. So local storage, once the data is saved on the user machine, is going to stay there permanently. However, if you use session storage, we have seen last time that the data is saved for a limited period, and this period is the session, meaning that once the user leaves your page or the user closes the browser, the data is lost. Now with the cookies is also the same thing, is saving data in terms of key value, but here we have duration. So the duration can be in seconds, okay, or minutes or hours. You can also have days. You can really set a cookie to stay on your user's machine for 3 or 10 days, even years. All right, so that's the main that's one of the differences between cookies and web storage. Another one is that a cookie has many parameters, many very important parameters. Expire, we just talked about it. You can choose any date for your cookie to expire. The domain, on which domain your cookie is valid or is saving data, which directory or which path, whether it's secure, meaning that whether it's HTTPS, working only on HTTPS. If you don't provide secure, means it can run on HTTP or HTTPS, regardless. And of course, this is the actual field and the data, the key value. We have two more, and these are the HTTP only and same site, if you like. So this we're gonna cover, the two extra, we're gonna cover them later. Now let's go to a demo. I'm gonna create here. So I have the application, and in my cookies is gonna be name, value, and the parameter, the domain, the path, expire or the duration here, the size, whether it's server side, secure, HTTPS, and coming from the same site or not. I forgot one thing to say here. Another difference between cookies and the web storage is that web storage are JavaScript, they are web browser, alright, they are browser, sorry, they are client side, they cannot be from the server side. However, cookies, we can use cookies of the server side or the client side. We're going to talk a lot about the client side. Then later on, I'm going to give you an example where we can use a better cookie which is from the server side, and that is when we use HTTP only. Alright, okay, let's try an example. Now the cookies are a property, kind of property of a document. They are not really fancy objects like the local storage and session storage, so it's just document.cookie. If you want to set a cookie or create a cookie, you're gonna just use key receives value, and that's it. I am in this address, so I go to application and I see my cookies here. It's a key value, the domain, which is where I created my cookie. What's the path is the root. This is the root. I didn't provide any dates. It's gonna be a session. And the size is 8, means the size of my cookie, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bytes. And this I didn't touch for the time being. Okay, I'm gonna open another one, Sonic, and go to my folder and week 9, F12, and you see the key value. It was here in this site, or this domain name here, and I can see it further in this path here. Alright, but the path is always from the root. Now I can create another cookie anywhere I want. I'm going to go here and create a cookie here. So document dot cookie equal, let's call it course1 and JS432, and I'm gonna use a path this time. Path. No, I'm not gonna use a path. So I'm gonna use the default path, which is this one. It's gonna be this, like we used last time. When I created my cookie here, I didn't use a path, so it took this root here. It was the root. Now when I create a new cookie, course1, in this new path, see what happened. When I go to application, this is my second one, course.js, and this is the path, guys, remember? Alright, now I go back to my Sonic, I don't see it. I go back to my week 9, I see both of them. So course1, which were defined in this path, it can be seen here, and I can see the key value because I defined in the root. But when I go to the root, I see only this. Now I'm gonna do something else here. If I go, for example, to 8, I don't see my earlier one, the course, remember? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna define one in 20 here. I'm gonna go to W20, define another cookie. So document dot cookie, and I'm gonna use W20 field, and I'm testing. Okay. So if I use path equal to the root, it's gonna be for all of them, for the root, from everything, from here, starting from here. All right. But if I don't provide the path, the default will be the count one. All right. And so I'm putting it there. I go here and I see the key, which is what I did it earlier, and the W20 field. All right. Now if I go inside, I will still see W20 field because week 8 is under W20. But if I go to the parent, I don't see W20 field. If I go to another sibling, see this W20. If I go to this guy here, I don't see W20 field. All right. Now, how do I remove a cookie? So I'm gonna go to, I was in week 9. In week 9, I used to see this course 1 because course 1 I defined in week 9. So I'm going to remove course 9. Application here, this is the course 9. I'm going to remove it. So what do? I just put document course 9. Is it course 9? Course 1, sorry. So course 1 equal, I don't need to even put the value, but I'm gonna put max age, a negative number, or 0. 0 means on the spot, now. Okay, or -1 means in the past. So if you give a negative number, you are deleting the cookie. So I go here, I can see, I can ask to give me all the cookies, and it gives me the W20 and the key value. So the course 1 is no longer there. I go here, no longer there. I wanted to remove the W20 field. See what happened? I'm going to do the same thing here. So I'm going to put W20 field here. No need to give the value test and give max age -1. It didn't remove it. Why? Because I created this W20 field in this path here, in W20. So see, W20 field is still there, even when I refresh. Now I have to go to the console here, and I'm going to remove it by giving a negative number in the age, and it's removed. That's the parameter max age, or expires. I'm going to show you expires later on. Now let's go back to the the week 9, and I'm gonna create more. There's a session. I want to remove this one. So what do I do? Same thing. Document dot cookie, and it was what is the key. If you don't remember, you can just press enter. It's gonna give you all the cookies. So equal and key equal. No need to put the value. Just put max. Guys, I always put, when you put semicolon, you put space. So max age. Some browsers, they really don't like space, no space. So do it this way. In some browsers, you're gonna have troubles, or some versions. I really don't remember which ones. So max age equal and a negative number. It's still there. It's persisting because I remember creating it in I created it in the Sonic here, in this earlier one. Okay, so I'm gonna do it here and refresh. It's gone. Go here, refresh. It's gone. So document dot cookie, give me all the things here. I'm left with only one, this key value, which is gonna stay until one session. If I close my browser and come back, it's gonna be removed, but I'm gonna remove it myself. All right, so key value what is there? Is it in the Alright, so it's removed. I go here and it's removed. Now another thing, guys, cookies, usually when you store data of your user is throughout the form. So the user is entering for example a form and choosing a name, his name, and choosing the color he prefer, and all this using the input from form fields. Some hackers, they can use script in the fields, and you're gonna store them in your cookies. So in order to sanitize or clean up the data, what you should do is this. Let's say I have field equal to Peter. Let's say this is name equals to Peter, and color he choose red, and you're gonna do document dot cookie receives. I'm gonna use name plus, always a pair of plus equal, plus color. That's it. Now when you go here, you will see Peter red session where I created it and in this domain. Now a better way to sanitize your data, because some people, they might in the red, they use this red and they use a script begin script and in here they will create a function, anonymous function, whatever, and they're gonna use some code there and run it straight away. That's very bad, because you're gonna do this. When you created it and you save it, you are saving a malicious code in your value here. So in order to sanitize data, this is what we do. Instead of saving the data as it is, we use a function, encoding function. Okay, so encode URI component, apply it to your fields. Same thing for the other one, of course. So encode URI component, and this URI component is gonna read them character by character and change them into a code. Usually is a kind of a ASCII code. Alphabets are safe characters, but other characters are not safe, like the begin and end, like the script here and so on. Okay, sorry, the angle brackets. So when I do this, see what happened? I will get it in here really well coded. Can you see the red, guys? Yeah. So it's a red script here and it's well done. You see the begin and end, the curly brackets are all encoded into their ASCII code. Now how do you read, when you read it back, I'm going to go back to my, so when you read back your cookie, when you read it from the cookie and you want to process it, so document dot cookie. So you have the value, the field and the value. Let me add another one. The document cookie equals to that's Peter Red. Let's say course and JS423. So I have field value semicolon field value. So I have two cookies here. I can add another one just for the sake of giving an example. Course number 2 and C#, and list all my cookies, and I have one very long one, semicolon, a second and a third. Now to read your cookies, this is how you do document cookie, and since they are separated by semicolon, use the split, which gives you an array, all my cookies array. So always split gives you an array, and all my cookies array is 3 elements here. The 0 is field equal, where is the equal sign? It's here, sorry. Equal value, field equal value, field equal value. And when you want to read the field and the value, so let's say field, my field that I want to read is the very first one. So it's going to be all my array at point 0, so field and value. Let's say field 1 and value 1. So dot, I also split using the equal here this time, and I have now the field and the value. Now when you want to read each one of them, you're gonna do this. So the field is really the 0, and you do the decode this time, decode URI component. Peter is gonna be stay Peter, but for the other one, see what happened, all the ASCII code now are decoded back to their original code. Now as a programmer I can see them and I will understand what this guy was or what meant or wanted to do with when he wanted to or she wanted to hack my system. Alright, so encoding and decoding is very important here to be safe. I'm gonna take a pause, alright, and we're gonna continue after this.